I'm waiting for it to tell me my session is up and going. Yeah, alright, session's up. Alright, so one quick little change. We're not going to have the little side screen that has the chat and everything, since I actually have the chat and all that pulled up on my phone right next to me, so I should be able to see everyone that chats. Granted, it's the middle of the day on a Saturday. I really don't expect many people, if anyone, to be around. And it's been a long time since I streamed, so I don't know how many of you guys are still out there, but it's going. Interestingly, I haven't touched the Twitch app on my phone in quite a while. It actually has a lot of better updates. Like, it has the PC version of the stream manager on your phone now, which is kind of cool. There's a lot more stuff I can do with it, which is nice. But it has been a very long time since I've streamed. It's been even longer since I've touched this world. I genuinely don't remember what I was doing the aquarium. Yeah, I don't remember what we were doing on here. I know there's some ideas I've had while I was off, but I really just haven't had the time or energy to. I haven't been on here for a long time for a lot of reasons, and I'm gonna get into that with you guys. I still have my lovely little growler in the background, huh, Nix? You need to cut it out. But I don't know how long I have to stream, so I just want to try to catch you guys up as much as I can. I think I'm just going to focus on kind of restocking and kind of getting used to the game again and figuring out what I need more supplies of, refamiliarizing myself with this, probably doing some farming at the animal pens and stuff, maybe restocking on some of our stones and things that we might need, like more cobble, probably more cobble, maybe some more regular stone, and a lot of the in-between stones. Probably trading with the villagers a little. I might restock on like some wood, like I started saying, just because I might be doing some big build projects or continuing that big build project, and I want to make sure I have plenty of wood for that. I'm thinking mainly a restock on the main woods that I would use for buildings, like oak. I think we have enough oak for a while. I don't use it that often, but maybe some more spruce and dark oak if I need it. I think I'll start off by going to the Nether, actually, because there's a build project I want to do that I haven't started yet that I need the supplies for, so that'll give me something to do while I have my silk, right? Yeah, okay. That'll give me something to do while I'm talking to you guys and kind of updating everyone. It's been a really long time since I streamed. I am fully aware of the fact that I've left you guys in the dark, and I am very, very sorry for all of that. But I'm going to try my best to update everyone and kind of let you guys know a little bit of why I was gone and what's been going on, and hopefully some people will be around to kind of tell me how everyone's been doing while I'm gone. I really do miss streaming. I miss the community. I really miss this Minecraft world. I love all the ideas I have for it. For example, we had that aquarium that I have to finish. I had an idea for something that's on that flat part of the hill right there, which I'll tell you guys eventually. I had an idea for way up there on the hill. I had some more decoration and kind of putting together this area to do to kind of fill it in more and make it look a little more professional and a little bit more just kind of cozy and well done, since I should be able to start filling in just little decorative builds here and there and stuff. There's some decorative stuff I want to do and kind of make this more of a like completed section of the world compared to the open areas that I don't know what to do with yet. I definitely could use trading with the villagers some more. I've actually been debating even considering doing a zombie villager kind of horde mess in there and just making them into zombie villagers and then curing them, but I haven't figured out the logistics of that, and I don't know how badly I really want to do that. Anyways, I'm gonna go into the Nether while I keep talking. There's been a lot of reasons I've been really quiet for a while, and I've been pretty scared of talking about it because I don't want to talk about it with myself. Oh wait, voice crack. I don't want to talk about it with myself, so I definitely don't want to talk about it with you guys. But my almost 4-year relationship came to a close. That is probably the biggest and one of the main reasons that I haven't been present in a lot of things. I've been very kind of out of it and spacey and not having the best days because of that situation. Granted, a lot of things had happened up until then where it was a situation that I knew was going to either end or have some really big changes soon, but having that mindset of it needs to change and then actually having it change or having someone like give up on you is kind of a two different sections of a reality. Like you don't really expect things to end until they do end, type of thing. So it's been a lot for me to reckon with emotionally and mentally, and trying to kind of deal with a lot of my own stuff and figure out how to process all of this. Speaking of which, let me take my bow out for any of the pesky gas around here. So yeah, like I said, it's just been a lot to process. It's been a very big shift. Granted, I still do live with him. We still have the pets together. Like there's not many immediate changes that are going to happen, but there's still that concept of a very big difference in how we interact and how we are titled and all that sort of stuff, which when you spend that many years with someone, especially with the case of having BPD like I do, a lot of who you are gets entirely wrapped up in them. You don't have anything besides who you are in relation to that person. So not having that is really hard to figure out and to reckon with. It's taking me quite a while to try to, recalibrate and start to think about like what I was in relation to him and what of it is actually me and what of it that I need to work on, that sort of thing. Is that an Enderman? Yeah. I thought I might have accidentally looked at one when I shot the ghast. Mans is just teleporting like crazy though. Ow. And I'm getting blown up again. Where's the gas that's blowing me up? Because I really should have taken fire as potions. Ouch. I can't see past these giant flames. I miss the resource packs where you can have smaller flames. So yeah, so it's been a lot of just me trying to figure out kind of how that works for me personally after all of this happening, and how that's going to tie into like who I am moving forward and what I want moving forward, and figuring out, how to navigate a lot of things that I'm used to navigating with someone else, and trying to heal through that before I'm rushing into other parts of life and other situations, and like just a lot is going on. I keep going around in circles talking, but I don't know. It's hard to fully explain my thought process right now, and like the thought process I've had for the last— oh shoot, get me out. Why? It's just putting me into more lava the more I move. Holy heck, I am lucky that I have netherite. Damn. This is awful. I need out. I really should have bought fire res. Gosh, that's awful. Can we just stop burning for once in this nether? I can't talk and nether at the same time, evidently. Holy heck. That lava was almost the end of me, although granted I did have pretty good health that whole time because, again, we have netherite, so that's really lucky, but gosh, that was not something I wanted to deal with. So yeah, so that's a really big thing to kind of process and deal with for anyone, especially for someone that has a lot of attachment issues and a lot of very intense attachment to the person that they've been with, Granted, I think anyone that's been in a 4-year relationship is going to have attachment. I don't think that's an only me thing, obviously. I just think that the way that my attachment process, specifically to do with my BPD and my other diagnoses, is a little bit different. Like, for example, being attached to someone, normally I'm in like that long a relationship, while you do have parts of you that are kind of intertwined with them and you have that really big grieving process and everything, you still have you at the end of the day. You still have who you are as a core person. It might take you a minute to rediscover that, but you still have that. In a lot of ways, I don't have who I am as a core person. My borderline has completely and utterly, every time I've been around someone, morphed my entire personality to be that person. I am very quickly learning, and I have been learning over the last year while I'm trying to heal this, even in a relationship, that I don't have a me, and I haven't had a me throughout the years, because it's just whoever else is around me at the time. So it's a very big thing to kind of try to work through and rediscover and figure it all out at once. And I didn't need the grieving process at the same time. Like, I that was not a necessity. I would have preferred to not have the grieving process at the same time, please and thanks. But we don't get what we want in the world, so yeah, so it's a lot, and on top of it, there's just been really kind of rough mental issues going on, and I can't get into my doctor because I still don't have a vehicle, which I was talking about back when I was still regularly streaming. Yeah, I still don't have that. Still trying to figure that out, which is fan-freaking-tastic. But yeah, I still don't have a vehicle. I still don't have a reliable means of transport. I don't have a way to get to my psych to figure out some more of the nuanced stuff and try to figure out my meds all over again and all that. So my brain fog's been pretty intense. A lot of the days I kind of spend just like staring off into space and being very numb. It pretty much feels like being buried alive a lot of the times, which I know is very much so just because I need meds and I need to figure out the right formulation for my struggles and for all of my diagnoses and all that. Because meds are kind of the last resort at this point. Like, there's only so much you can do to self-regulate when you can't function. So I definitely know I need assistance and I need to figure that out, but it's just not something in the cards lately, not something that's been going on. With the fact that I've been in so much brain fog, I haven't had the time or energy to stream and just talk to you guys. I miss it all the time. Whenever I go to, like, I've tried to play Minecraft quite a bit in between. Whenever I go to play Minecraft or I go to, like, turn on a stream, my brain does not want to function. It is so awful. I just end up, like, staring at a screen for a while and then giving up. I have another world I was messing around with because I didn't want to play this world too much. And it literally was just me staring at a screen for, like, max of an hour and then giving up because I can't function or focus enough to keep up with it. So it's just been a mess. The best way to describe anything that has happened while I haven't been streaming is a mess. I don't know, I've been trying to kind of have friends and have that kind of interaction with people to get my mind off things and to, like, not be so isolated, but it's also hard because I don't want to start morphing myself into whoever I'm talking to like I usually do. I want to work on that and make sure that's not something that's a part of my life because I don't like it and I don't think it's healthy or very good long term. So I definitely have to work on figuring that out and kind of still having that distance between me and other people, which means I don't do well with friendships right now. I mean, my brain pretty much either wants to all or nothing everything, and I can't just do all or nothing. I need to, like, find an in-between somehow. Still working on figuring that out. I don't know. I don't really know what the in-between is or how I'll find that right now. It's been mostly just one extreme and then the other, and that's about it. But I do have, like, one friend that I've been talking to pretty consistently, and he's been, like, on the phone with me a lot, and usually we're talking, like, in between him working and stuff, and he's local too. He's a kid that I grew up with that I, like, absolutely adore talking to, and I really have missed over the years, so it's kind of cool to be able to reconnect with him. So it's cool to kind of try to get back out into the world of friendships. In the world of dating, I'm all good. I definitely don't need that right now. I don't want to jump right out of something and into something else. I have been, even in this relationship, I've been finding a lot of, like, things that I need to heal and that I need to work through in my mental health, so I've been working on those, and I want to continue that. I don't want to just drop everything and start looking for another relationship, even in a lot of cases where it would be a little bit helpful because like I don't have the income and the means to survive on my own. So whenever this apartment finally becomes something that like he doesn't want to be in anymore, or I don't want to be in anymore, I'm kind of screwed. I don't have a way to live with either of my parents. Like I maybe I could live with my dad, but that's a whole can of worms that I don't want to like unpack right now. So I don't have any other support or resources to be able to get out of this situation if it comes to that, or when it comes to that, since it's kind of an inevitable option. So it's all just kind of sitting in place until someone decides to do something, or he gets tired of the situation of like living with someone that you broke up with, or I don't know. But I still am trying to like reconnect and reach out to people. It's hard because I want the same people, man. I want the people that I grew up with. I want the friends that I'm really close with, but a lot of us have our own lives and have way too much of a busy time to be able to like reconnect with people all the time, or hang out, or like talk to each other. I still don't know how I am managing with my friend right now, because like he works 5 or 6 days a week minimum, and he's not often available except for like ridiculously late at night or once in a while, and he's definitely not available for like hanging out that often and that sort of thing. So it's definitely still a struggle. We're all adulting and we're all trying to figure that out, and it's not that easy to just be like, yep, we're friends now, let's talk all the time or drop everything or whatever else, you know. But I'm just trying to keep figuring out what's going on with me, and like figuring out my mental health, and hopefully figuring out a vehicle, and just trying to take it like little steps at a time so I don't freak myself out as bad, because I definitely spent the first like few weeks after the breakup just like freaking out. Like I was like, I have spent 4 years of my life with someone that did not want to put effort into me. I have tried so hard for all of this, and it just fell apart, and I don't know what to do, and it's terrible, and it's awful, and everything bad happens to me, and I can't function. And on top of it, not having my vehicle, I was like, I can't leave, I can't do anything, I can't get out of here, and then thinking like, I can't rent a new apartment because I can't afford it, and I don't know what to do, and this and that, and it's just, even listening to myself ramble about it, that's something like really overwhelming. That's not something that a human should have to process all at once. But that's how my mind wanted to process things, is all at once. So it was really rough for a while there with trying to figure everything out. So I'm trying to kind of step back and just be like I will figure everything out one step at a time. It'll work out. As much as it's hard to believe most days, since it definitely is. That's nice. That arrow went sideways. It's not even where I aimed that arrow, but you know. It's definitely not easy, and it's not going to get easy. It's going to be a difficult path. It's going to be a lot of rough stuff. Regardless of healing yourself, you have 4 years of stuff to unpack and to deal with, and then figuring out living somewhere else and all that requires a lot of unpacking money and figuring out all of the logistics and dealing with a reactive dog and multiple animals, and it's not ideal. So I just want to kind of keep barreling through and working through what I can and trying to reconnect with people as best I can. I really do miss a lot of the people that I'm really attached to, and it sucks that I don't have options to talk to a lot of them, since, like I said, we're all pretty busy adulting and getting through life on our own and everything. Like, one of the people that I was really attached to and had a really strong friendship with, and was really, like, I could go to him at any time, I could go spend nights at his house, that sort of thing. He's been really busy with his own life, and he has a girlfriend, and she has kids, so it's like, it's kind of, everything's really busy for him. So he's not around as much, or not able to have friends as much, and not able to get out as much, so. And he already wasn't able to that much beforehand, so it's like pretty much disappearing off the face of the earth. Which is fine, it's life, it's adulting. We're gonna be pretty busy and struggling and not able to keep up with each other. It's just figuring that out. I'm not a person that can do being alone or not having people to talk to. I'm really not. I never have been. So it's just trying to figure out that balance of like not getting sucked up into obsessing over someone while also still reaching out and spending time with other people, because I don't need to be alone. Like, I don't want to be alone, and I don't need to be. There's no reason to be. There's plenty of ways to connect with people and get myself out of the house and try to get out of my head mainly. So I just need to keep doing that and try to figure it out one day at a time. As far as streaming, like, I miss you guys all the time. I have been trying to utterly force myself to stream a lot of the days, which is why it hasn't worked out, because I'm like, I need to stream. I miss the people, like, my stream community, but then I'm like, I'm literally going to throw myself into overload if I stream right now, so I can't do that, you know? So I'm trying to come back on my own terms. I'm trying to come back when I am mentally able to, and when I'm more able to talk with you guys like this and be open and explain everything and talk about your guys' stuff, and, you know, just not have a lot of really heavy, just weird feelings about it, which is why I am doing this and why I need to remember to actually make this into a VOD, unlike the last couple little impromptu streams I did where I forgot to put them into VODs and upload them. So I think it's important to update both you guys and the YouTube community, since we do have like 50-ish followers on the YouTube side of things, about what's going on and what the future's like. As far as what the future's like, I don't know. I don't even know what tomorrow's like for me. Like, my life is day to day right now, or hour to hour most days. It's just what I can do to get by. So it's not perfect, it's not a science, it's not something I have the full answers to, and I don't even know, like, what's next with streaming. I don't know what's next with this Minecraft world. I don't know. It's just we're just existing. I don't, like, that's pretty much all I can do for anything, for myself, for you guys, for all of it, is to exist and be like, well, we'll have answers someday. So that's kind of all I can do, is just kind of stream here and there. I'm going to try to stream more, but again, I can't really tell you guys I'm going to do a bunch more streams or tell you guys I'm going to be keeping up with things, because I'm not. It's not realistic for me to throw myself into this, just like it's not realistic for me to throw myself at another person, or into another relationship or anything like that, because it's just too much change and too much emotions to be dealing with at once. It's not something that's, you know, fair on myself, fair on other people. I don't need to make the situation worse for everything involved when I can just take a breather and work on myself and work on figuring things out internally. I do love streaming. I do love a lot of the hobbies, like playing video games and things like that I have. I'm trying to figure out hobbies as an actual thing, because a lot of my hobbies, like streaming and like Minecraft, I've turned into kind of this ultimatum to myself where I absolutely have to function enough to be productive with the hobby, or it's not a hobby, or it's not worth my time, I guess. Like, that's where my mental state goes with hobbies, and that's not healthy and that's not accurate. Like, you can have hobbies just because you like the hobbies. You don't have to, you know, like, be some super productive person to have something that you enjoy doing, which is why I'm trying to get back into reading, and I'm trying to find things that I can try that are new, that I don't have some standard of perfection in my head with already, because I've already done it and I, like, want to reach that standard, which is hard. Like, I've done a lot of things over the years. I have this kind of standard of perfection with everything that I do, and most things that I try out I've already done before, and I've already been like, I could do better than this, you know? Which is why streaming's been a bit on pause, because it's a very much so a productivity thing in my head. It's very much so like, I absolutely have to keep up with streaming a certain number of times a week. I have to keep growing the channel. I have to keep talking with you guys. Like, there's so many things that I hold myself up to for it, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth the stress and the energy, and you guys that are here regardless of whether I'm streaming, you know, 6 times a week or once, and there's kind of that it's in my head. It's me that's holding me to that standard, not anyone else. So I have to kind of step back enough to be able to fix that standard in my head, and before I can keep full-timing this again. Because it's something that needs to be enjoyed. I need more of just enjoying things because I can, not freaking myself out because I want to do better all the time. It's just not, like, one of the biggest things my therapist recommended after the breakup was to work on hobbies and to do something where I can take care of myself in a way that's enjoyment and something that I like doing. And I'm like, I don't have hobbies. They're more stressful than they are enjoyable because of the fact that I just hold myself so high when it comes to, I need to get everything done, I need to keep up with this. It's just, I don't have any use for hobbies when I'm not using them properly, so I'm trying to kind of explore that and figure out other things. I don't know what else. I don't know what's next. There's a lot of little hobbies I've been trying, or like wanting to try and trying to collect supplies for, but again, that's kind of the ADHD kicking in of just like random hyperfixations. So it's just, I'm trying to figure it out. It's gonna take a while to really, oh, I don't know why that just started. I gotta hide. I gotta figure out what that was, because that's normally not a call I get. Give me a second. Let me hide. Oh shoot, I can't hide because that gas is right there. I'm just gonna mine in the wall. Get me in the wall somewhere so I'm out of the way. Block me in. Okay, I'm gonna check what that was, because that wasn't... He normally doesn't call me. He normally doesn't call me at this time of day. Alright, it was just an accident. Okay. I was like, that he doesn't call me, he's still at work. So yeah, I don't know what else is going on besides kind of just getting through days and trying to get back to this, because I do love talking to you guys and I love having this channel. It's insane to me that I've still been able to retain a lot of you guys, like, over the time that I've been gone. I know a lot of it's just because a lot of you guys probably don't really pay attention to, like, your followings or stuff like that, but still, in things like YouTube, if you stop making videos, you lose subscribers. A lot of times you lose a lot of interest, and then it's kind of a downhill battle, and it's not something that you can win. But in cases like this channel, it seems to just kind of stagnate. I do lose some of you guys. Like, I think I was a little bit higher in followers, but I don't keep track enough to really know a specific and know whether it's actually that much of a change or not. I want this XP to heal my armor, because I'm pretty sure my armor's probably wrecked. So, I don't know. I really lost track of my train of thought there. I was just, like, rambling on so much I completely lost track. The main reason I came into Nether, by the way, is for the Nether quartz. That's what I'm here for. I wanted a bunch of quartz for a build project idea that I had, so that's why I'm just running around mining while I talk with you guys. That's kind of the main focus, was quartz. I don't really want to go down there and get a bunch of stuff, but I do kind of want that XP. I don't know. I just want quartz. I want to keep going, like, in that direction up there. Can I pearl over there? I'm probably gonna fail this. Oh, I didn't. Just barely, though. That was, like, the very edge. Those guys are floating. I do want to play this world more, which means I do have to stream more, because I do like streaming for this world. There's a lot of cool ideas I have that I want to do. There's a lot of things I want to get back into. I think it's a little easier now because I've had kind of a little bit more time to process and I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. My sleep schedule's screwed. Like, there's no way that's going back to normal, but at least I am functioning enough most of the time to get things done, like some work and keeping up with the house a little easier and that sort of thing when I couldn't do that the first, like, few weeks. So it's getting a little easier. It's hopefully going to be a little easier to keep up with this and to try to get back in touch with everyone here. Why is... Okay, I'm muting. I'll be muted for a bit. Alright guys, so it turns out that I am probably going to be on the phone for a while, so I'm just gonna end up either leaving the stream going muted or ending the stream pretty soon here. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in for whatever happens, and I'll probably just keep playing, so I'll keep streaming, but it'll be muted for the rest of the stream, just letting you guys know. Alright, hopefully this works to set up my mic again. So yeah, I'm back for a bit. My friend that I was calling is going to be off for a little while, so to go get his dinner, so I figured I'd get back on the mic for a little and keep chatting with you guys. I'm kind of just having fun filling in new maps for the map wall. That's what I'm doing at the moment. That's why I keep being all scatterbrained about it. Because I want... Oh, this is just another copy of this. Damn it. I was hoping to not do a second copy of any of the maps. But that's alright. We can put this one here. I don't want any in my offhand. I just want them here. So we've got this. We've got this. So we did do a wrong one for that one. I just figured it'd be cool to keep filling in this map wall. Honestly, I gotta update this now because of the aquarium though, because it's gonna look funky if I don't. I'll let it update the aquarium so that everything matches. Yeah, there we go. But I'll be back on the call with him at some point, so I won't be here for super long. Yeah, there we go. So we've got the big aquarium. I really need to figure out something to put in this big empty space here. I'm not sure yet what will be in this area. I might migrate the map wall from here over to this side, just because then it's not in the way of the windows of the house, you know? I don't know, I wanted to fill it in. I kind of messed up one, which is fine. 1 out of 3 ain't bad to mess up, honestly. This just means that this is a dupe that we can get rid of. I'll probably just toss it down the little area over here to get despawned eventually. I'm just trying to not start any big projects, so I'm just kind of wandering around while I'm talking to my friend and trying to get some stuff done for like collecting materials and farming and filling in the map wall and just random little stuff that can be helpful. I do need the map wall to go further that way because I have more projects that way to do. I don't need it to go in every direction, I just want it to because it would look cool, you know? Like, it's cool to see it slowly become more. I mean, granted, I could upgrade these maps so that it covers more space with less of a map, or with less number of maps, but I don't know. I like having the zoomed in quality that the level 1s have. I like being able to see so much of my world on one map, because if we, or so much detail of my world on one map, because if we upgrade these, it's going to get smaller and smaller details on it, which is going to be kind of a pain. I like seeing the scale references, I like seeing like the paths very clearly, I like seeing all these little details, like you can see all the little posts for our lanterns too. That stuff's not very obvious the bigger you get, as far as map upgrades go, so I don't know, I don't think it's worth it. I think it's cool that we have this little... This is going to be a big project, that's for sure. You can see it's actually bigger than, or similar to, the library size. And that's going to be 2 floors at least. Maybe 3. That's the aquarium that we're working on. Maybe 3. Probably 2.5. 2 and then a viewing area. Because I can actually go talk about that, because I didn't get to talk about the aquarium when I was building it, because I was building it on mostly a muted mic mode. The idea behind the aquarium is to have our axolotls have a place, and then I also wanted to make more than just the axolotls, since it's going to be a big area. So like this is going to be a tubular display that you can see from the outside that'll have some fish and some coral and probably like a dolphin if I can get one in, and a couple turtles and that sort of thing. And it's just going to be like an entirely water, maybe not the turtles because they need the air, they need to be able to get onto land. So anyways, maybe just like a bunch of fish, and then like a dolphin or something. I got myself stuck in here. Do I have my silk touch? I do. So that's going to be that, and it's going to be the whole length of the building, so it'll be really tall and cool looking. This one was going to be, what was this one going to be? It's got a lot of land, so I'm thinking I was either doing this for axolotls or for turtles. This one was supposed to have the inside and the exterior, so like they can go in and out and you can see them from either side type of thing. Again, I don't remember entirely. I had these all planned out in my head for which mobs they were for, but it's been so long that my brain's not really remembering most of it. This one was supposed to be another one. But basically we're gonna have like dolphins, turtles, axolotls, like different fish displays, all that sort of stuff. I really don't know what this one was going to be because it was just plain dirt. And then I was thinking I was going to do a bigger version of that tubular one right here. To be a giant, massive center display of the aquarium, and then I think I'm going to do little displays throughout that have like either fish or like just colorful stuff and kind of just like cool displays or signs about fun facts or stuff like that. And then this is going to be the hall that will have the staircase so that you can go up and down. I might even make it like theoretically handicap accessible by putting like an elevator here. We'll have to have the entryway deck. This is not going to be fun with it being nighttime. We'll have to have the entrance deck, or not entrance deck, the entrance area here. And there'll be like a receptionist desk probably here, and there might even be like places to sit and stuff, you know, like a few different areas. There might even be like a little food court type thing set up in it somewhere. And I definitely want at least 2 floors, and I'm thinking probably another half floor so that the top of the giant tubular display here you can stand and look down into type of thing from the half floor. I don't know, it's roughly based off of the only aquarium I've ever been to, so it's kind of a very big work in progress because I haven't been to that aquarium very often and I don't know much about aquariums, so I'll probably have to actually do some like genuine research on like Minecraft based aquariums and some real life aquariums. To figure out, how many times can I say aquarium in one day? To figure out the specifics of like how I want to set up everything and how everything should be kind of interconnected, and all the dimensions I want to do and all the different pieces of it to do type of thing, because I want to make it as realistic as possible in a way so that it's got a lot of things going on. It mainly started just because I do want a space for the axolotls to be. I probably will do actually different exhibits for each color of axolotl type of thing. So that I have more things to do on exhibit, because it's a big area to fill, and it's not gonna be very easy to fill in if I just like toss some turtles in one and toss some a bunch of axolotls into another thing and then like a couple different types of fish and call it a day, because then I won't have enough for the multi floors that I want to fill in. And it'll just be really empty and weird and boring. So I do want to kind of separate things out. That's kind of the idea. But that's what that big build was that I was working on when I was muted for the most part. I think I was mostly muted when I was working on that. Another idea I have is up there on the hill, at the very, very top. There's a really cool area that has a really specific setup that I think I could make a little pond and then make like a camping area, like not with tents, but with like little cabins around the pond, which would be pretty cool. I was thinking this flat space here on the hill is going to be another big build. I'm almost tempted to make it a like temple-based build, so something to do with, you know, Greek or Greco-Roman architecture as a temple, because most Greek or Roman temples were fairly large. Any ones that are still standing were fairly large. Or we could even do something even bigger. We could do something like the Colosseum, which might be really cool to recreate in a world on this scale, and put it in here. It'd be really cool to have a big old Colosseum here. The reason I was thinking Colosseum more so than temple is that I do want to make little polytheistic temples throughout the world, because I actually like personally do a lot of work with deities, and I think it would be really cool to make that a part of the Minecraft world, and it would help fill in some of this empty space that we don't have anything to do with yet. Like, for example, I was going to do a little temple or a little like honoring, like worshiping place in theory for a deity related to animals and farming, in between this area over here where we have all the farms, like right in that empty space there. I was thinking I could do a nature deity with their own little garden, similar to the little one we have there for our stream. I'm thinking I could do a sea god or that sort of concept over by the water over there somewhere. I gotta do a really cool build around the nether portal. I could do something related to Hecate or one of the more mythical and more, not mythical, but it's all myths, but the more magical based deities could be something near here because of my magic area. We could do one related to, or like area related to knowledge deities or stuff like that, like Thoth or something along those lines near the library, since the library is kind of about learning and knowledge and stuff. I don't know, I just thought it'd be really cool because it'd be a bunch of little random builds that I could do that I could have a lot of fun with, and that would actually tie into my real life because I do a lot of work with different deities from different ages of religion, and I really love learning about them, and I love the concept of being able to honor them and have like that sort of symbolism in my own life. So it'd be kind of cool to do that in this world too. I don't know, I think it'd be cool. It could even be a challenge. Like I could even pick like a handful of deities and make a challenge to make sure that I fit something for each of them in the world type of thing, which would be pretty insane because that'd fill in the world pretty fast. It'd be pretty cool to help with some of the empty space I don't know what to do with, like right here, and the little log places I put for decorative builds and that sort of thing. We could have a deity shrine over here somewhere by the house to help with protecting the house and the home. You know, like there's a lot of really cool ways that I could go with that I think would work well for my world and for like it being more related to me as a person. But the other alternative I could do instead of that would be a very, very large temple or Greco-Roman style build in general up here, where it's kind of like this is where all the Greek and Roman deities would be type of thing, or like worship for all of them would be. I don't know. I could also take it another step and make that big idea I have here for Greco-Roman deities and then make smaller shrines or temples like I was talking about, but do them as more fringe, not fringe, but different forms of polytheistic beliefs. Like I could do some Celtic, I could do some Norse, a lot of the more, actually Celtic would be really fun because that's a lot of the older religion that pretty much anything has a symbolism and has a deity related to it. I could do like Celtic or Norse or something along those lines for the other deities that I do little homage to over there. Be kind of cool. I think there'd be a lot of interesting ways I could go with that. I definitely think this hill is going to be something Greek or Roman or Greco-Roman based or just something of that matter because I love that entire era of myth and architecture and history. So that's definitely something that's a super heavy interest for me personally that I think would be really fun to do in a world. So that'll definitely be up here. Up there is where I was talking about the little camp thing. I could even be a super nerd like I was when I was a kid and do like the camp being similar to something like Camp Half-Blood, like Percy Jackson-esque, like up there, and that's why it's up there. I could totally do that. Would be so fun to do. I could actually do that in the woods somewhere too. There's so many cool builds I could do in this world. I have so much ideas. It's just a matter of like getting my brain to focus on an idea long enough to fully flesh it out and start building it and finish building it, like the aquarium started and I haven't finished it type of thing. The aquarium I actually could finish because I have a lot of ideas for it and I know the basic outline of the structure already. I just don't know what I'm gonna do yet for the exterior, so that's why I haven't finished the walls and the structure and the skeleton of it. But there's so much. I have so many ideas, man. I just want to keep building in this world like 24/7, and I can't because I can't stream 24/7 because I want to stream if I'm doing big builds and projects. I don't know, there's so many ideas I have. I think there's a lot of cool ways I could go with it. I still need to finish naming all the horses that we've tamed. I still need to make the llama and the llama area over there, the llama stables I was gonna make and tame and keep some llamas over there. There's so many things I need to do with this world still. I still need to fully flesh out the village. The village isn't technically finished, it's just in a state of almost completion that I decently appreciate. Same thing with the library. The library actually needs a lot of finishing touches that haven't been done yet. Same thing with the house is finished. The witch tower is finished. That nature area could use a little bit more, but I think it's fairly finished. I definitely think the nether portal needs to be built around. I think most of our barns are finished, besides this one. I really do need to just finish the projects I have going and then start working on more. But that's not how my brain works because I have ADHD. So I just want to start new stuff. So I do also need to add some more, I think, to that jungle area right there. I think that could use a little bit more decoration to make it look a little better. I think there's a lot of ways I could go with this world. Actually, I think the jungle one's pretty much done. I don't know, there's so many things that I could do and that I should do and that I want to do and I just never get around to it. Like, I was going to do more villager statues. I was going to finish that one because that one's not finished, and do more around the edge as, like, more kind of character to it. Like, add another one by the gates over there so that they're kind of similar placements, and then maybe do a couple over on the flatlands over there because I can't really fit any over here. Like, there's so much I wanted to do with it that I just haven't gotten around to. I don't know, I'm not sure. The thing is I want to do big projects, and then I get really tired of the big projects halfway through, and I don't want to finish the big projects because I just want to, like, have the idea in my head turn into a project right away. That's the one really annoying part about this being a solo world and not being a multiplayer world, is that I can't have other people help me. I mean, I can make it a multiplayer world, but because I have spent this many hours dedicating to this solo, I really don't want to turn it into a multiplayer world. I don't want to have someone else help, even if it's not even a matter of I don't trust people because I've spent so many hours on it. It's just I want to continue to keep this being my creation. Like, I want to learn more, and I want to improve, and I want to show all the variations of my progress and my building and my habits throughout this world without it being someone else's as well. Because then it starts muddying of, like, well, I did this and they did this, and I don't know, I think it would make my life easier, but in creating big projects, but it would also kind of just take away a lot of the value of the world that I have for it. Because a lot of the big value for it for me has been, this is my accomplishment. Like, I have never in my life spent this long dedicating my time and energy into a Minecraft world and creating this much with it. There's so much that I've done with it. There's so much more I can do with it. It's just such a big, good accomplishment that I enjoy and that I'm proud of, you know? And while there are still the other worlds I want to do for multiplayer, and there's still other solo worlds I do once in a while, this is my baby. This is my world. Like, this world, I actually, as you noticed when I was logging in on the screen, if you did notice when I was starting the stream, I did create a copy of this world as well recently, because I'm actually quite worried about losing this. So I'm thinking pretty much every major project that I finish from here forward, I'm going to create a copy of it, delete the old copy and create a new copy, just because I'm too worried about losing this. Like, this is so much progress, especially when I finish big builds, that I'm too concerned about losing this to something like a crash or a bug or corrupted data or just something simple and stupid that I could have made a copy of and prevented, especially since this does take up quite a bit of space for a Minecraft world. It's, last I checked, around 200 megabytes, which, again, small, but 200 megabytes compared to the usual of like 100 or less it's easily double to triple what a normal Minecraft world is, easily. So it's obviously going to have issues with the saving and with the data setup and everything eventually. It's just a matter of when. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So I'm trying to prevent that by making sure I have copies saved and I have everything backed up as best I can. And I'm very careful with it. So yeah, I don't know. I just think it'll be really cool to add some more projects to this. There are so many ideas and not very many things I have fully fleshed out yet. there's a lot more I want to and need to do to it. I need to do a lot more kind of concepts and building on like creative mode and trying to test out the concepts. I think the next steps for the world right now are finishing the current projects. So finishing off the library, which means filling in the attic fully, which shouldn't be that hard, and filling in that second hidden room that we made, and maybe filling in the basement. I did start creating a basement concept, but I don't know if I really want to build a basement honestly anymore, because that's a lot of time and energy. Finishing the aquarium and doing that llama pen we have over there. We were going to do the llama stables, since I already put down the base for that. Finishing that villager, and yeah, that's all our half-finished project. I want to finish our half-finished projects first. I gotta sleep. I want to finish the half-finished projects before I start getting into more things, but I also think I can't finish any more half projects right now, because I do think it's about time that I need to start cooking my dinner, regardless of whether someone else is going to be home for dinner or not, because I'm getting very hungry. So, I don't know, that's the rambles right now. There's a lot going on in my real life, there's a lot going on in the Minecraft world, there's a lot to do and to keep up with, and hopefully if I can keep diving myself into this and just forcing myself to play instead of just being like, hey, I don't really feel like it, I can get back into the swing of really enjoying this world again and really having more plans for it. Because that's one of the other biggest things, is because everything started being really shades of gray and muted for me and brain fogged. I didn't see any point in playing this world because I didn't see any point in adding to it. I was like, I already have netherite, I already have all this stuff, I have a house, I've defeated the dragon like twice or 3 times now. I have so much done, there's no real point in playing anymore. And that's not true. There's so many more things I can do. I have so many more builds to do. I can get bored and decide to defeat the damn Wither or the Ender Dragon again. Like, there's so many things I can do with this world, and I need to not let myself get in that mindset. So I need to just kind of force myself to keep playing until I start seeing the value in it again, and I can play on my own and enjoy it, type of thing. Which is why we're playing today, because I didn't feel like playing at all, and I was like, you know what, I really could find a lot of value in playing today. I need to actually play and update you guys and have a little bit of normalcy back in my way that I interact with this world and with Twitch. So that's where we are. We're creating a little bit of normalcy again after a very rocky start of the year. The only good thing I could genuinely say about this year right now is that I've been able to read a lot more, which is really nice. I do miss reading. Last year I had a reading goal to complete, and I did not make it to that goal, which is fine. Things happen. You can make goals and not reach them and not it be the end of the world. What I ended up doing to kick myself in the butt a little for it was I made my next reading goal for this year much higher than last year's, and I didn't reach last year's. So I'm basically telling myself, like, get your butt moving, you can do it, come on. So it's going to be interesting. It's a much loftier goal than I would normally set for myself, but with everything happening this year, I'm like, I need to make this a priority. I need to make something that I enjoy a priority, and I need to kind of kick myself in the butt to do it, because I won't do it otherwise. So that's what we're doing. We've got a little bit of a fire underneath me to get going, and hopefully we get some cool stuff out of it, you know? Like, I think the goal for this year that I set was, oh geez, do I even remember? I think the goal I set for myself this year was 80 books in a year. I think last year's goal was 75. I actually, in a second, can pull out that notebook because it's right near me somewhere. Oh no, it's across the room. I think last year's goal was 75, and I did not make it. I don't know by how much that I didn't make it by, but I didn't make it. And this year's goal was 80. But what an interesting thing is that last year's goal I hit 10 or 20 below the goal, and this year we're about, what, halfway into the year right now, or getting into halfway into the year. Next month will be halfway, and I am at 30 books read out of 80, so I'm almost halfway done. So I'm doing a good ratio to complete it. Like, it's a decent ratio where it seems very feasible to complete it. What I've been doing is I've been reading a lot of the books that I got for free from library discards. and trying to like sort through them and sell off ones that I don't want to keep and keep the ones that I do want to keep, and then just keep on going through them because it's coming on farmers market season again, which means that I will be able to get even more books and I will have a lot more discards to deal with, so I need to get on actually keeping up with them and like getting rid of some of them instead of just having an endless collection because I wanted to have a collection type of thing, which is what I'm doing. I've sorted through quite a bit. Actually, if anyone uses, there's a reselling site for books that's really cool to get cheap books from people called Pango Books. I've really loved it since I started getting rid of more of my collection to save space on my shelves and get rid of the ones I'm really not going to reread again. It works really well, really cool. There's a lot of interesting things you can do with it, and I've actually been using it to resell a lot of the books that I've already read that I don't want anymore. So if anyone's interested in books, let me know, because I actually really like selling those. And the cool thing is that it's really heavily handled through the app itself. So as far as shipping goes, as far as all that stuff, like the app handles a lot of it. Like you pay for shipping unless you spend over a certain amount, and then I just have to package and ship them, and it's really cool because it helps me kind of lighten my load a little. I have an entire bookshelf full of books that I want to get rid of, so I'm trying to lighten that load a little. I really just want Unbreaking, and I'm not getting it. Most of these are going to get scrapped. It's cool. It lightens my load of having books a little bit, and it's able to make a really cool situation where, like, I'm able to... There's Unbreaking. Okay, Unbreaking's nice. Where I'm able to kind of continue to get more books. Like, for example, the books that I'm selling off that are library discards that I've gotten for free. I'm selling them for only $1 or less a piece. And then what I'm doing is the money off of that I'm going to use to buy more books from the library, which technically the library discards are given away for free. They don't cost anything. But what I'm going to do, because they usually also have a donations bin, is anytime that I make the money off of those discards, I'm going to use that as the donation when I take any more free ones, or even just because I earn money off of it and I want to give it back to the library, which will be really fun and really cool. I like being able to interact with my local library that way. I absolutely adore my local library. It's been my home growing up, so it's been really nice to kind of give back. And also, library discards are so cool to get. Like, you have so much that you can play with, and so many different concepts and different books you normally wouldn't grab, and different... Why is my phone going off? And different books you normally wouldn't grab, and different genres and authors that you normally wouldn't look for, and all that sort of stuff. But speaking of which, I do have to get off, like I was saying, because I do have to start dinner. He actually is coming home pretty soon, and my friend will probably call me back at some point soon. So on that note, with those rambles, that's all I have for today. If you guys are interested in any of the books I'm reselling, because I was just talking about that, you can actually go, and I will make a little short YouTube video about it to put up, so that you guys can access it. So for anyone that's accessing this from the VOD channel can go and find that on the YouTube channel. It should be up already or up very soon when this goes out. If not, you can go check out my Instagram. I'll probably do either a story post or a full-on post about it to try to get some more word out about it, and you'll be able to find it. So yeah, I'll make sure that I share that, because that's really cool. I've used it a lot for buying new books, and it's cool to sell books because most of my books are like $1 or less, and I just want to get rid of them. Like, please buy my books if you want books. So yeah, that's all for today. I'm really glad to be talking to you guys again. I really hope I'll be able to stream again more soon, and be sure to take care of you guys. Take care of yourselves, guys. It's really important, and do something you enjoy. Have a good rest of your weekend. Drink your water, take any meds you need to, eat some food. I will see you guys next time. Bye!